The following episode contains difficult subject matter, including references to sexual assault. Please take care. Okay, so Marianne, tell me everything.
Last night we had an officer appear at our door at 11:30 at night and asked us to get in touch with Detective Gilpin. Then called her and she let me know that Anthony Ringel had been arrested and charged with murder of my daughter.
Marianne says police haven't told her much more about this the second time Ringel's been arrested for Chrissy's murder. The first time was almost 10 years earlier, and the charges were stayed, and the case went nowhere. It's been 9 months since my CBC doc aired. Ringel is now 44 years old.
Christine Harron would have been now 34 years of age.
The OPP press conference at the Walkerton police station, filled with media, family, and people from the area.
There is no happy ending to this investigation for Marianne, Christine's mom. I know that this has been a roller coaster of emotional highs and lows for the family since it began over 19 years ago. It is my hope.
Detective Inspector Christine Gilpin. Gilpin had given me very little information during my own investigation, and she's certainly not revealing a lot now either. So what's changed that's allowed police to rearrest Ringel?
I was going to ask, and this is no disrespect to the family, but I have to ask, have you found Christine?
I can't discuss the evidence that we have discovered, and I don't want to cause any problems with the court process. So I'm unable to provide you with that information at this time.
Police never found Christine on any of their searches after Ringel's confession, and several mistakes that the court determined were made by OPP investigator Mark Wright caused the Crown to stay the charges against Ringel. Detective Inspector Gilpin messaged me after my CBC documentary aired saying, quote, "So you know, we had nothing to do with what Mark Wright did. That was just him."
There has been a certain level of frustration with the length of this, and some directed at the OPP and police that have handled it before this.
With no real answers forthcoming from police, the reporters press in on Marianne, who is seated off to the side at the back of the room.
Yeah, we'll take questions and answers.
One of them asks Marianne how she feels after hearing the OPP announcement.
On what you just heard.
I'm just glad that it's finally gotten to this point where they've been able to arrest him again for her murder. We're very thankful for that, and hopefully, justice will be had.
The word closure comes out quite a bit. I mean,
There is no such thing as closure. No.
The word closure is one that most of the victims' families I've worked with despise. And here, reporters are forcing the question before Marianne knows anything. What happened with Ringel? And will any of it lead to us actually knowing what happened to Chrissy on May 18th, 1993? I'm David Ridgen, and this is Someone Knows Something, Season 9, The Christine Harron Case, Episode 4, Till the Day I Die.
I was down in London for a good 3 months or more.
What was that, man? What happened?
They tried to charge me on attempted murder.
Yeah. For what? Attempted murder.
Yeah.
It's like a birth fight or something?
Well, some check went missing and they tried to pin it on me.
Oh. Attempted murder.
75 days after my CBC documentary went to air in May 2012, police begin field operations involving Ringel in the same trailer park where I had confronted him.
But it was like fucking... They come in and I haven't even talked to a lawyer yet. This is why the reason why it got thrown out of court.
Yeah.
Because they did not give me my rights. Right.
This police operation proceeded over several months, guided by Detective Inspector Gilpin, and involved a handful of core officers, undercover men and women whom I shall refer to as UCs.
Okay, I phoned a lawyer 3 times, and the last time I phoned a lawyer, I said to the lawyer, they want me to do something that I don't want to do, and after that, they fucking took me somewhere.
And made you do what they didn't want to.
Yeah.
So they didn't find it, right?
Yeah, they didn't find nothing.
So there's no body.
Yeah. They fucking wasted time.
How do they charge you with murder if there's no fucking body? Seriously. How is it murder if there's no proof of murder?
The UCs perform and stage scenarios intended to gain Ringel's trust and get him to talk, posing as down-on-their-luck new arrivals to town. We've excluded the UCs' identities and altered their voices under court order. This is the first time that these undercover recordings have ever been made public. It gives us an inside look into the police investigation of Ringel and what led to his arrest for a second time.
You need to restart it.
No, nobody's there. There's no fear.
Ringel and 2 UCs are sitting on beige couches arranged in an L shape in a starkly furnished apartment in Chesley, Ontario, trying to get a video game to work.
Maybe you gotta shut off the system and reboot it. Unplug it, put it back in.
Who did?
The operation moved to this apartment near the end of October 2012 because the trailer park shut down for winter.
Just unplug everything.
They are all facing a television across the room that the game displays on, but this TV area also hosts a hidden camera that records everything that goes on in front of it.
Fucking dozer there, man. Gets a day off. We're going to Walmart first thing in the morning. Walmart open now?
The room, and it seems the UCs themselves, are rigged with hidden microphones that also record. They call Ringel Dozer because of the way he likes to drive into or over other cars in the game.
That's gonna be fun.
This rather empty-looking setting would serve as a launch pad for trying to extract a confession from Ringel.
So did he know you were banging her?
100%. Yeah. I had to tell him. When this all came to the surface like that, I had to tell him. But that's the thing. He doesn't fucking judge me. He knows. And I told him.
One of the main stories UCs try to drive home to Ringel about themselves involves a landscaper who is enduring a tough divorce and losing everything. The other UC is a friend of the landscaper and presents himself as having been caught in a relationship with an underage girl, a 14-ish-year-old that seems to fit Christine's age. The UC involved in this underage relationship gets away with it, the story goes, because the landscaper stands up for him and can be trusted.
You know, he has got a heart of gold. He's got your trust. He's got your back always. And you know what? Anytime you ever doubt that, just remember that fucking story I just told you tonight.
It's all meant to position and present a predicament of shared experience that they hope might stimulate Ringel to open up and confide in them.
I didn't bring this on me. She's the one that came on to me, like since she was like how old? Wearing her fancy stuff.
Like, even if you got a lawyer, your lawyer would go and question her, right? And if she says the wrong fucking thing?
But while the story of the UC's affair with a teenage girl gets Ringel somewhat engaged, he says nothing specific to Christine.
That's probably that one at the top where the bowling alley is.
8-ball or snooker.
Yeah, see?
The UCs constantly shift their approach, trying to build rapport.
Well, did you have your beer?
Mm-hmm.
And they develop talking opportunities featuring Coors Light, pizzas, restaurants, pool halls, ice fishing, a strip club, and even exchanging pornography DVDs.
like up here, it was like nothing on her arms.
Nice.
And you could see the bra strap at the back because it went like this. It looped down.
During the operation, Ringel would talk about young women as being objects of his desire.
Not unless you're actually following them. But then you gotta make it look like you're not following them.
Ringel would tell the UCs that he knew where many young women lived in the Chesley and Hanover area, that he had followed them and techniques he uses such as circling back or doing parallels to make sure you don't get caught.
Excuse me, but I got a hurdle in now, please. Yeah. Little bitch.
On a trip to a London, Ontario mall, Ringel spies young women he describes to the UCs as being under 16 years old. One of them in particular, Ringel says, is about 13, wearing a pink sweater and leotard. Ringel wants to show her to the UCs, but he can't find her again, and it frustrates him.
Shouldn't be walking around like that, teasing somebody's cock.
You don't want her out. Parents let her out.
Yeah.
What were you guys thinking?
Right?
But these simpatico trust-building scenes still do not bring Ringel any closer to talking specifically about past connection to Christine Harron. In late November, a more direct method is used.
So what is? Oh, what's this?
What was that?
Anybody else confident?
Missing posters showing a photo of Chrissy and the basics of her disappearance are put up by police operatives around town. One right on the UC's car windshield. Ringel picks it up, but initially turns it so that the UC can't see it.
Anybody else got one of them?
Ringel shows the poster to the UC.
Seen a kid before? Or somebody just go missing her?
Oh no, she's been gone for 1993.
And they're just fucking looking for her now?
Okay, so...
Ringel throws the poster on the floor of the vehicle.
Maybe the kid ran away and doesn't want to be found.
2 weeks later, the missing Chrissy poster comes up again.
Here's the thing. Okay, I seen her picture one day, and I accidentally said something to a cop about the picture. That I seen it, and they took it the wrong way.
Right.
And they ended up charging me.
For seeing the picture?
You get it now? The one that's been gone for 15 years?
That's the one that you went to jail for. This one.
Yeah.
But while the poster gets Ringel talking about generalities, he doesn't make any statements germane to the case. The holidays arrive, and the UCs depart.
So I got 19 and 30 little schoolgirls.
Nice. Awesome.
The UCs return after the break. Soon after, Ringel brings over some porn DVDs he proposes that they watch.
I also have a Canadian one.
Oh, yeah?
Of girls.
The UCs try again to encourage Ringel to talk and take him on an ice fishing trip at the end of January, but it comes up empty too. Documents show that Ringel's comments about a young teen girl he sees out on the ice make the UCs uncomfortable. At this point, UCs have spent about 5 months trying to get Ringel to admit to any involvement in Chrissy's disappearance, with no luck. Nothing seems to be working. But then...
Yeah, type my own name in.
Maybe you have to type your middle name.
Like, that's why I just typed in my name.
If you type my name, something more came up. Oh yeah, I know it. I know it.
Oh, you're done.
An idea is hatched by police that UCs should get onto the internet with Ringel, play around entering their names to see if searching them brings anything up. To do this, police create a fake search engine so that the UC's stage name brings up nothing of interest. But when Ringel's name is entered, something specific pops up.
That.
Oh, that's that fucking thing they did on Christine Harron.
My CBC documentary.
What? Oh, that's the girl?
19 years ago today, Marianne Russworm saw her daughter for the last
That's in your name?
Yes.
and disappeared.
That's fucking you right there.
Yeah, they did every fucking thing on me.
David Ridgen shows us what happened and confronts the man who once
How did they make a fucking... Is this like a movie or something, or what is it?
No.
Surely one of the strangest
It was
stories
supposed to be,
police bungling in OPP history. All of
Yeah,
us
but you
unreported.
gotta listen to this.
Anthony Ringel and the UC sit on the couches in the fake Chesley apartment watching my documentary. Ringel in a snowmobile jacket and baseball cap, nervously sipping at a beer. But then the documentary abruptly ends. Along with the dummy search engine, police had edited their own much shorter version of my film, and Ringel notices.
Christine Harron.
That's like a...
Oh, it ended. That's weird.
Oh, is it?
There's more than that. Just
I don't know. Let's find out.
holy fuck.
Ringel, who has seen the original doc, wants to watch the 20-minute long version and urges the UC to find it. So the UC, searching the actual internet, finds it, linked to a CBC article I wrote about Chrissy's case. Ringel leans in, and together he and the UC watch, stopping, starting, and replaying for the next 4 hours.
That's my
Face to
neighbor's
face
trailer.
with Anthony Ringel.
Here's my trailer. This guy, I thought he was a cop. He's not.
Ringel apparently thought I was a cop when I knocked on his trailer door.
Did you have a chance to tell your mom before she died that what you say that
Remember,
you
I
didn't,
just woke
you didn't
up.
kill Christine?
Yeah.
Did you ever tell her that?
What's going on?
No. So she died thinking that you might have murdered her? Pardon?
I didn't talk about it.
No, you didn't talk about it. Nobody?
Nobody.
Her mother's wondering what happened. She doesn't know either.
Not my problem.
Ringel, watching, interacts with the documentary with my voiceover, answering, "Not my problem."
And the conversation ends with more questions.
See, he didn't mention the question.
As Ringel watches, his commentary increases. His statements become focused on Christine, the imagery I shot, and the words I'm saying. He's opening up. The UC hits play again. The Hanover Park and Saugeen River appear on the screen.
River
That's the park.
from Hanover's public park. One of Christine's favorite places.
See, I
According
didn't
to
know
the
What's that?
that was her favorite place.
Huh? No. Everyone could have a favorite place, right?
Yeah.
Ringel seems visibly struck by the thought that the little Hanover Park on the Saugeen River was one of Chrissy's favorite places. Then they watch the part of the documentary where I describe from documents what Ringel said to police in 2004 about what he did to Christine.
apparently in or close to a marshy lagoon. Not only does the OPP bring Ringel to these
I
locations,
don't understand why they couldn't find it. Well, it's buried.
I don't understand why they couldn't find it. She wasn't really buried. This is the first time since his 2004 confession that Ringel connects himself directly to Chrissy's disappearance. The UC seizes on the opportunity as he wonders in questions for Ringel how it is that they couldn't find Chrissy's body.
No. Wonder why, guys. How couldn't they have? Which is good for you.
I think it's because of all the funds.
Buds.
You know,
Ringel thinks that the flooding at the banks of the Saugeen could be a reason for why Chrissy was not found.
Could I lost her somewhere else, or could I actually buried her somewhere else?
Right. Either way, though, that's good for you,
That's what I'm doing.
right? At least they didn't find her.
I'm fucking shit.
They couldn't find fucking shit. In the hidden video recordings, I can see the UC becoming noticeably excited about the documentary's effect on Ringel as they crouch over the laptop sitting on the couches. Once the gate begins to open, Ringel pushes through it, keeps going, and keeps talking.
Oh, so keep on going. See what happens.
Okay.
This is what is alleged to have happened the day Christine Harron
I
went
know
missing.
where that is.
Where?
That's in the park. It's a documentary on the river.
Yeah, on her and on the
But they're
river.
not actually showing where we crossed or fucking blah 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 blah.
Right.
Like 2 minutes. Walk off the trail and you're right there. They couldn't find the location. Yeah. It goes around the bend.
I've never been there, so I don't know, right?
It goes around a bend and then goes that way. So at the end of that tip, that's where we crossed.
Ringel, who says he took police to the right spot back in 2004, seems upset here because I didn't film the exact spot he says he crossed the Saugeen River with Chrissy. It keeps him talking.
Like, how'd you find her? Was it for touring, or is it like just down the walk?
The UC asks how Ringel came to meet Christine, and uses Ringel's word touring, or looking for young girls around town.
Walking.
Just down there walking?
Yeah. I went for a walk one day too.
No shit, eh?
That's all where it happened.
Oh, really?
I just went for a walk and then all of a sudden I bumped into the chick.
I just went for a walk and then all of a sudden I bumped into this chick.
What'd you say to her?
Oh, we're going that way.
You remember?
That's actually what they said. No, man.
Ringel says he said, "What's down there?" to Chrissy.
Well, what's down there? And what'd she say?
Actually, she didn't say her way angry. But she didn't complain about it.
No. Like I said,
Ringel says Chrissy didn't really say anything. As a 15-year-old girl, alone, being accosted by a 24-year-old man, I think Chrissy would have been afraid to do anything that might provoke a negative reaction.
And then all of a sudden you went,
The UC asks Ringel what made him do it that day.
Sexual frustration. Eh?
sexual frustration.
Sexual frustration.
Then did you talk to her right away or no? Or just say,
You're coming with me.
what'd she say?
She didn't say fuck off. Like I said, at 14 you should know.
She should know better. That's what I mean. It's not all your fault, right?
No, she didn't seem too happy when she was coming down the path. Opportunity knocked. Yeah,
Opportunity knocks and you gotta answer.
I think it was her time.
Yeah.
Opportunity knocked. I think it was her time. Hearing Ringel try to justify the brutal events he's describing is difficult to listen to, but the UC presses forward.
So it showed the river earlier. It shows all the current rippling it.
Oh yeah, it was fast.
So how did you guys get across them?
Hey, you were fucking pushing. Jumped in afterwards.
No.
Ringel says he pushed Chrissy into the river and then followed her across.
She went downstream a little bit, and I went across and hit the bank, but let go and caught up to her to try to keep her from going all the way down.
Right. That must have been wild. Was it cold or?
Ringel says he has to swim after Chrissy to keep her from floating downriver, and he pulls her to the opposite bank.
Did she have the glasses when she got to the other side or no? Yeah. That explains right there, right?
Okay, if they dredged the water, how come they didn't find that? The glasses.
Ringel says Chrissy's glasses came off in the water and wonders why they weren't found. From here, more specific details begin to come out about what Ringel thinks, about what Ringel says he did. And I've omitted some of the most difficult to hear, but I still urge caution for listeners.
Was it before crossing the river or after?
After.
Was it before crossing the river or after? And Ringel says, after.
How do you do it then? Like,
So left or right. It wasn't face. I can't remember if it was face down or if I flipped her over.
I can't remember if it was face down or I flipped her over.
is it swampy when you were
Yeah.
there? So you were all like covered in wet, like you were laying in the mud yourself, or did you not go to like a dry area?
I remember doing whatever and then going.
I remember doing whatever and then going.
I don't want to try to remember.
Like when this computer is saying one thing, this is the best position is asking you. So when it says that you know, like that she was drowned,
Just say she couldn't fucking move the way I did.
Let's just say she couldn't fucking move the way I did it.
can you describe it? Like is it like what's it?
Like, so how do you tie a person up without rope?
I don't know. Good question. How do you?
Jacket.
I don't know.
Their own jacket.
How do you do that? So this is her coat? Yeah. Okay. So
Ringel physically shows the UC how he immobilized Chrissy using her coat so that it kept her arms from moving.
oh yeah, I can't fucking move now. Oh shit, eh?
When she's going around, I can do anything then.
Yeah.
Like pull off her pants.
Yeah. Right. So what did she say to you then?
She said she wouldn't tell anybody, but then later on she started saying it hurt.
She's gonna tell them.
Yeah. Yeah, where's the question of that? I won't tell anybody, but I'll let you go and you say something.
I let you go and you say something, and here Ringel can be seen mouthing the words, I'm fucked. He was afraid Chrissy would tell people what had happened. The UC eggs on this difficult conversation.
Yeah. Decision time right there, right? What to do.
Should I let her go or fucking... She's not coming back. But they lied about drowning her. They didn't really drown her. Because drowning, you have to have water.
Right.
Where I was, it was more muddier. It wasn't more drowning. I more smothered her.
Is it hard? Does it end quick or does it take a long time? Like how do you do it? Like
Well, they say you can die in a split second and drown. Well, I think it's a little bit longer than that.
Ringel tells the UC how he smothered Chrissy in the mud, how it took longer than it seems in the movies to kill someone.
See, that's what they said. I kind of did a unmarked grave. So I was trying to do the spectacle thing, kind of burying her and not even on your fucking open.
Ringel says he returned the next day and covered Chrissy with sticks, logs, and branches.
Stick, logs, branches. You wouldn't have seen it.
No.
There are bears in the woods, and they are human. As I watch the recordings, I'm struck a few times by an overwhelming urge to get away. Panic attack triggered by the unending horror and ease with which Ringel talks about hurting Chrissy and barbarically taking her life. Sitting with Ringel through all of this must be tough for the UCs. Fleeing my computer, my house, my city is easy, but it doesn't change anything. I still have to get to the end. But I'm happy Ringel is watching the doc and talking, and it's a sort of grounding. The work is doing what it's supposed to do. Upon my return to the keyboard, I open up the transcript and video file to a spot where Ringel is eating popcorn out of a bowl.
You know what I mean? It's God that's gonna probably punish me for whatever.
You know what, though? I think God is going to forgive you. We talked about this. Like you said, it's a perfect crime. Now that you did, like, basically the perfect crime. And really, it pretty well is.
Yeah, okay. So what am I doing now?
That's what I mean. Do you ever think of, like...
Doing it again?
Yeah.
I have, but... No.
No.
I think it's my conscience that's trying to stop me from doing
Right.
that. The option, you can do that or follow my commandments.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do it once and you don't do it again, maybe I can trust you.
Right.
I still have them thoughts, yeah.
Ringel still has the thoughts of doing something again, and yet he has also felt the urge to confess. I am an atheist, but believe in the edict that the truth will set you free. Will the truth set Ringel free, and to do what is the question.
So what do you think of that, Marianne?
I think he's afraid. He's afraid he's going to say the wrong thing and
Fuck
come up
you,
with
I already
charges
said
again.
the wrong thing. Long ago.
It's like she's fucking calling you on, eh? It's like, oh, yeah.
Towards the end of what are now the early morning hours of continuous documentary watching, a melancholy seems to descend on Ringel himself about what he has done.
So, no, that's why I'm saying I have to apologize to her if I ever get that chance.
Ringel's wistfulness turns to musings about an afterlife where he might get the chance, he thinks, to speak to Chrissy.
I'm going to ask her the question later on. Did you have a better life afterwards or before? I'm going to say, sorry, what I did. Now, did you have a better life afterwards or before?
To ask that question, hypothetically, of anyone, let alone someone you have horribly murdered, is, to me, blood-boiling. But it also clarifies Ringel's state of mind. This is his version of guilt, no matter how wrong-headed. His version of a mind trying to find a way out of what it knows was a terrible wrong.
But it never goes away. Today is the same as it was that day for me. It's still there. Just deal with it a different way. Still gonna wait patiently, sooner or later. Justice will happen. I believe that.
Marianne Russworm says she continues to hold out hope.
No, they cut it out. They say that she hopes that I still talk to her.
Oh. You're not gonna though, are you?
No. Why should I?
No, that's in the past, man. Put it this way. This story here, you and me, till the day I die, fucking doesn't leave these legs. It's a long time ago, right? Put it behind you and...
Oh, I never gonna forget it.
No, it's fucking... Dude, it's tough to forget.
You'll find it in my brain.
Yeah.
Ringel says he'll never forget it, and that it is too planted in his brain.
The thing's only 20 minutes long, but it's taken us fucking 3 hours to watch it.
Yeah.
After about 7 months of direct contact with Ringel and with their UC recorded confessions, Ontario Provincial Police rearrest Ringel and charge him with first-degree murder. The undercover operation is viewed as a huge success, and Ringel is sent to provincial jail to await his trial. But the outcome of that trial is far from certain. In 2015, when Ringel's second pre-trial begins, the defense moves to throw out his confession again. This time, not because of police errors, but because of my documentary. Someone Knows Something is hosted, written, and produced by me, David Ridgen. The series is also produced by Katie Swires. Sound design by Evan Kelly. Natalia Ferguson is our transcriber. Emily Cannell is our digital producer. Chris Oak is our story editor. Our executive producer is Cecil Fernandez. Tanya Springer is the senior manager, and Arif Noorani is the director of CBC Podcasts. If you want to help new listeners discover the show, please rate and review wherever you listen. Find us on Facebook by searching Someone Knows Something, or on Instagram at CBC Podcasts. You can hear next week's episode now by searching for the CBC Podcasts channel on YouTube. If you're looking for more investigations, check out my other series, The Next Call. Conducted almost exclusively through a series of strategic phone calls, each call dictates how I will investigate cases and follow leads. There are 3 seasons available to binge listen to now. Find The Next Call wherever you get your podcasts. Tune in next week for an all-new episode of Someone Knows Something, or you can listen to next week's episode ad-free right now by subscribing to our True Crime channel on Apple Podcasts. Just click on the link in the show description.